When little Miss Shirley went viral on TikTok, people were so captivated with her lively demeanor and fun dance moves. But soon enough, people started to discuss amongst themselves if what they were seeing was actually right at all. As we all know, the more the internet platform grows, the more children become vulnerable. Parents sharing their children online often spark the discussion whether the parent just wants to share lovely moments with them or just monetize them. The line between documenting and leveraging for attention is becoming thinner. Consequences always fall on the parents. The situation of Miss Shirley, though, clearly rang the alarm in people's minds almost instantly. Meet Miss Shirley, or known by her real name, LaR'iyah Tucker. This 4-year-old has become a sensation almost overnight, after her mother, Latisha Tucker, posted a video of her dancing to 803 Fresh's hit song Boots on the Ground in May of 2025. This isn't actually LaR'iyah's first time going viral like this. There are multiple videos of her gaining more than 1 million views. Her mom, Latisha, started by posting clips of her hairstyling clients. Occasionally posting her daughter, Latisha saw that the child really captured the heart of her viewers due to her cuteness and energy dancing to songs. The Boots on the Ground TikTok clip is what really exploded the Miss Shirley account. Accumulating up to 20.5 million views right now and launching the account to 1.1 million followers, 4-year-old LaR'iyah became the child superstar of the platform. The comments were absolutely positive as well, with them calling LaR'iyah superstar and cute. But if you scroll just a little bit further, you'll actually start to find the negative comments. The number of saves is concerning. Nah, she a little girl. Where are them ABCs? Comments like these are scattered here and there under the comment section. The amount wasn't really significant, so it was normal for everyone to just ignore them. LaR'iyah's dance moves soon landed her not only on big creators' duets, but also national television. Jennifer Hudson welcomed LaR'iyah to her show in May of 2025, and we can see the toddler wearing pink clothing, with flare designs on her pants and top. Of course, it wouldn't be complete unless the girl shows off the dance moves, so that's exactly what was shown. Now under the spotlight of countless people, LaR'iyah's fame grew bigger. She doesn't even know what it means to be that famous, but her mother knows. She slapped the name Miss Shirley onto LaR'iyah's image and continues posting videos of the kid dancing. I'm going left, right, then I'm going up. Miss Shirley used to be a nickname. It started as simple as Latisha calling LaR'iyah Miss Shirley when her daughter was acting badly one day.
Like, we was getting ready to get in the car one day, and she gave me attitude. She was crying. I was like, now, we're not gonna act like this today, Miss Shirley.
Well, now there's seemingly only good days to come. Though the more Latisha posted LaR'iyah dancing, the more people started to grow concerned. See, people started questioning whether or not this whole situation falls into the area of supporting a child's talent or just exploiting the child. It went downhill as people started noticing LaR'iyah doing moves a child should not be doing and using songs from artists that aren't exactly known for any wholesome lyrics. Come on. They don't like it, but I'ma keep on stepping. They don't like it, but I'ma keep on stepping. Then comes the part when Latisha just announced that LaR'iyah, her 4-year-old daughter, is open for event bookings. No wonder a flood of concerned comments started rushing towards the mother. People have the right now to question Latisha's motives behind all this. Should a toddler even be doing whatever LaR'iyah is doing? Does LaR'iyah even understand what she's doing? From a child dancing in her free time and now being pushed to a stage for people's entertainment, there's no denying that Mrs. Shirley's fame has the potential to end in ruins rather than rainbows. Originally known for posting hairstyling content, Latisha once took a moment to turn the camera towards something more personal. She showed her baby just once. On TikTok, LaR'iyah appeared small, unsteady, curious, behaving like any other toddler under the age of 2. There was nothing unusual about it.
Come on. Come back.
No performance, no expectation. For Latisha's early audience, it felt intimate and ordinary, like being let into a quiet corner of someone's life. This wasn't content chasing attention. It was a mother sharing her pride and joy. The happiness was simple and unfiltered, the kind that comes from new motherhood, from watching your child exist, grow, and laugh beside you.
Rod, she called you out.
In that moment, it was just love, captured briefly on screen. Then, slowly, LaR'iyah began to appear more often. Latisha started posting her interactions with her family members.
This you ain't too little.
Those small, everyday moments that felt similar to anyone who's been around a child. We all know the appeal. Kids wandering around the house, saying unexpected things, doing something unintentionally funny. There's an innocence to it, a spontaneity that can't be scripted, and that's what makes it so endearing. Presumably, that's why Latisha shared those clips. Breakfast at the table, shoes are being put on the wrong feet, ordinary routines that just go unnoticed. Over time, those moments stitched together into something larger. It felt like we weren't just watching short videos anymore. We were watching LaR'iyah grow up, step by step, through the steady lens of her mother's camera. Then came the moment that shifted everything. Latisha filmed her daughter dancing and shared it with the internet.
Shake the lady like, dang, she fine. Then, beat it up like, then,
The response was immediate and overwhelmingly positive. People from her circle laughed along, while strangers flooded the comments with compliments, calling LaR'iyah cute, funny, and full of personality. The video did not feel calculated. It felt lighthearted, even innocent. But the engagement told a different story. Views climbed, likes multiplied, encouragement poured in. Somewhere in that reaction, the meaning subtly changed. What may have begun as, "look at my funny kid," slowly evolved into something else. People really like this, and the internet was paying attention. Occasionally, viewers began to notice a pattern. Latisha shared more videos of LaR'iyah dancing, and with each one, the audience grew. More eyes on the page meant more attention, not just for the child, but for Latisha's salon as well. What happened behind closed doors, of course, remains unknown. It's entirely possible LaR'iyah genuinely loved to dance from a very young age. In many clips, she moves to hip-hop and R&B tracks from well-known artists, confidently serving moves straight to the camera. Sometimes she dances alone, fully in her own world. Other times, Latisha or another adult steps into the frame, laughing and joining her. From a quick glance, it all looks harmless, just a family having fun together. The videos feel casual, playful, and unforced, like spontaneous moments captured without much thought. To most viewers just scrolling by, it appeared no different from countless other parents sharing joyful clips of their children online. The comments, while mostly entertained and supportive, weren't entirely one-sided. A small handful began to question what they were seeing. In this early phase of LaR'iyah's rise, the so-called negative remarks were light, more like curiosity than criticism. Some asked when she would start school, whether she knew her ABCs yet, or why such a young child was dancing to those kinds of songs. Nothing sounded alarmist, nothing felt urgent. It was the kind of background noise social media always carries. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Latisha barely noticed. Compared to the praise and encouragement flooding in, those comments were easy to overlook and even easier to ignore. Let me say one thing though. Looking through the account didn't raise any alarms in my head. Latisha looks like a hardworking woman who loves her baby and is trying to give the best of the world for her.
You my friend?
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Sir.
You my bestie? You so nosy. Who you looking for?
I'm gonna move forward with the fair benefit of the doubt that Latisha was simply sharing moments with her kid, a small documentation of LaR'iyah while she's still a small kid. May of 2025. As people scrolled through TikTok like any other day, an interesting sight appeared on countless For You pages, a toddler dancing. Her frayed boots spun across the floor, a pink fan slipping effortlessly into her hand, her outfit bright and eye-catching. In the background, Boots on the Ground by 803 Fresh played, perfectly synced with her quirky moves, and the slight shaky camera struggling to keep up.
Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Where them fans at? Him in one time.
Viewers stopped scrolling, then they shared it. Within hours, the video spread far beyond Latisha's usual audience. Millions came across LaR'iyah in that single moment. And just like that, she wasn't simply a child dancing on her mother's phone anymore. She had gone viral on the TikTok stage. Although some of her earlier videos had already reached over 500,000 views, it was the Boots on the Ground clip that truly changed everything. That single video introduced Miss Shirley to millions of people who had never seen her before. The reach was different, wider, faster, and impossible to contain. What once felt like a niche virality suddenly became mainstream attention. Other creators soon joined in duetting her videos, laughing, hyping the toddler up, and feeding the momentum.
It worked it, I worked it. I put my book down here like we rehearsed it. I said, black, make this nigga black, black.
Now lean in.
Each interaction pushed Miss Shirley's account further into the algorithm, drawing in even more eyes. Attention snowballed. Before long, people wanted more than a screen and wanted to meet her. Collaborations followed. Videos appeared of adults dancing alongside the child, placing her at the center of the frame.
Sturdy young and I got hop on any beat and get the. I told her get up on her feet. She get the way she get the move and got me.
With that level of exposure came opportunities that few could have anticipated. Not long after, Latisha and LaR'iyah received an invitation to the Jennifer Hudson Show. The toddler, who had once danced casually at home, was now stepping onto a televised stage, interviewed in a lighthearted talk show setting with her mother next to her.
First of all, you are so precious. Thank you so much for being here, and we love your outfit. I think I could speak for us all, right, y'all? Oh, my goodness. Okay, so can you tell us, where did you learn to dance?
LaR'iyah and Latisha appeared relaxed, smiling as they talked about the small, ordinary moments that eventually led to Miss Shirley's viral rise. The interview felt playful and warm, filled with laughter and lighthearted reminiscing.
What is talking about?
She's been viral, and she loved to dance like since she was a baby. She's been like a little spunky little baby. So one day we was in the house making TikToks, of course, and she learned to dance herself. And so I was like, you want to go outside on your dollhouse and do it? She was like, yeah, Mom. She was like, yeah, Mom, come on.
As the segment wrapped up, LaR'iyah was invited to do what everyone had been waiting for. The dance. Dressed in her pink overalls and holding her signature pink fan, she stepped confidently onto the stage beside Jennifer Hudson herself. Without hesitation, LaR'iyah broke into her familiar moves, dancing in front of a live audience and cameras broadcasting her every step. Once the attention hit like a crashing ocean wave, Latisha didn't slow down. Posting videos online was no longer the only outlet. If her child's popularity was drawing in millions of fans, why not lean into it? Beyond her hairstyling business, there was now something else to build. Something centered around LaR'iyah herself. To some, it may have felt like an opportunity knocking. A chance to create a foundation her child could one day stand on, shaped by the momentum the internet had already given them. However, LaR'iyah is 4 years old. What does she know about all the things around her? Is it considerate to turn that fame into something for the long run without LaR'iyah's developed awareness? More importantly, is it safe? Towards the end of May, people started noticing something amidst Shirley's posting. A booking pamphlet, all pink in design with LaR'iyah's photos slapped onto it. Miss Shirley Booking. It's so flashy, so bold, and hard to ignore. This started to raise the eyebrows of many people. Isn't this the kid who just wanted to have fun doing silly dances on TikTok? Why is she being advertised like a birthday clown? Most importantly, how could the mother let this happen so easily? Posting your child online frequently can already raise eyebrows. However, openly marketing her like an entertainment service when she should be in kindergarten learning how to count truly felt alarming to many people. The shift is where concern started to set in. Some viewers expressed how strange and unsettling this situation felt, questioning whether the spotlight had gone too far too fast. What once seemed organic now appeared intentional. Still, Latisha seemed unwavering in her decision. To her supporters, she was nurturing talent. To critics, she was pushing fame. Either way, it was clear that Miss Shirley was being positioned as a star within her community. Maybe more in the future. Honestly, Latisha didn't post anything regarding her child's activity during the event she was booked, so people kind of assumed no way somebody would book a literal toddler to entertain them. But oh boy, they were surprised. Soon, a video surfaced filmed by a man attending a gathering party. In that video, viewers can see a kid dancing amongst the adults with her fan.
Horses in the stable.
That kid was none other than Miss Shirley, LaR'iyah herself. People's eyes widen when they notice something about the way she was moving. It's not the silly, casual, toddler style she's used to, but more grown, if that's the correct word. In the video, she moves slowly, rolling her hips back. People started talking. Isn't she too young for that? Why is a literal 4-year-old doing hip dance between adults? That's when the comments really started coming in. Concern replaced curiosity. People questioned Latisha's choices, warning that this wasn't right and urging her to be careful. But the pushback was quickly brushed aside. Defenders flooded in, insisting it was just a kid dancing, nothing more. Others went further, turning the criticism around and labeling the concerned voices as the strange ones for even thinking that way. The comment sections became divided, tense, and incredibly hostile. It's less about the child and more about what viewers believed was acceptable to question. It was the end of May of 2025, when the internet was shaken by a live stream on Facebook. Latisha had turned her camera on, signal blurring parts of her life. Raw and not decorated, she was livid.
Y'all see elevation and y'all just go crazy like that. Bothers y'all, and it's sad. It's sad. It really sad. Miss Shirley, mama need our head. Come whoop it. Come whoop this mother. I double dare you. Stop spreading these lies. Stop going across social media with this. I'm finna go pull everybody that got some shit up about me and my child. I'm going to put whatever I find. I'm putting it, and I'm getting you mother bullying. They called me today at the police station. I could do it. Bullying, defamation of character, and all that. Sure the.
It turns out that someone had called Child Protective Services to their house.
Miserable motherfucker to call DHS on me about my child that's well taken care of. Y'all are fucking sick. You better, when y'all check my background, you better check the full motherfucking baby. Y'all are weird. My baby wouldn't be doing boots on the ground. My baby, when you a lie. You a probably would, because you got your mother now.
That alone offended and eventually angered Latisha that people think she's selling her daughter off like some merchandise. She emphasized in her anger that LaR'iyah was never alone performing. Latisha and other family members have always been by the kid's side and at least close whenever she's out there. While many get confused about how that happened, others are wondering who called CPS. It didn't really take long before we found the culprit. A TikTok user shared a clip on his account claiming that he was the one who called CPS on the Tucker family. And he doesn't feel any remorse or even give a damn about Latisha's breakdown, claiming that he came across a clip of her dancing in a red dress to Johnny Gill's red dress and it made him sick to his stomach. He claims he was scared for young Miss Shirley's well-being and felt compelled to take action. Too many people keep talking, but no one has taken action yet. According to him, the overall situation feels unsettling, even describing it as bordering on grooming. In his view, no child should be placed in environments that blur adult and child spaces so publicly. He argues that kids should be allowed to just be kids, without expectation or performance. What troubles him most is how easily people brush it off, despite the obvious risks involved. History offers plenty of examples where early exposure led to long-term harm. It shows warnings we've seen before and shouldn't be ignored so quickly. Surprisingly, the backlash was heavier on his side. Some called him the weird one for seeing something sexual in a kid being a kid doing kids' dance moves. Some are calling him wrong, and he has no right to call CPS to a family he doesn't know, just because his feelings got the better of him. Some pointed out the fact that he's being unfair and having double standards just because it's a girl, even more pointing out that society has always been over-policing and adultifying little black girls. The man stood firm by his decision. If CPS found nothing, he believed the case would simply be closed. If they found something, then to him, the call was justified. Arguments erupted in the comments, opinions colliding from every side, but regardless of intent or outcome, what had been set in motion couldn't be undone. After letting out her anger and also setting the record straight, Latisha eventually led that side. There was no point in making more issues, so the drama was dropped without further action. No lawsuit for defamation was ever filed. The CPS call took its toll regardless. Miss Shirley's account went quiet for a little while. The usual stream of content coming to a halt. Everyone seemed to lie low, possibly taking time to process what had happened and reconsider how they should step back into the public eye after the scrutiny and tension that followed. Some time passed, and by August of 2025, Latisha shared a new post, one that felt noticeably softer. LaR'iyah sat holding a book titled Alphabets with Miss Shirley, her voice talking in the video.
Have y'all heard your alphabet book by Miss Shirley? Y'all see the really cute picture with me? And my pink and my green and my white. Go on an adventure with me. D is for doll and doll.
In that moment, Miss Shirley wasn't just a viral dancer anymore. She was being introduced as a playful character meant for kids her own age, learning their ABCs. To some, it even felt like a little jab, a response to earlier comments wondering whether LaR'iyah knew her ABCs yet. The reaction this time leaned warmer. Creators expressed support, seeing it as a thoughtful rebranding.
My baby always with me. I better let her go to her grandma's house and I know they see about her. Her grandma can vouch for that. My baby is always with her mama because she loves her mama.
To them, it showed a shift towards more age-appropriate, child-centered content and an attempt to meet concerns with adjustment rather than defiance. Not stopping at books, her family seemed to realize it might be time to make Miss Shirley's space feel more age-appropriate. A small dance gathering was organized this time, centered on Miss Shirley and other kids who shared her love for dancing. In many ways, it felt like a step forward. Previously, most of her dance videos placed her alongside older teens and adults. Now Latisha shared clips of LaR'iyah laughing, moving, and mingling with children her own age. The atmosphere felt lighter, honestly, less performative. For many viewers, it was honestly refreshing to see because it's kids simply being kids together. Miss Shirley soon took the role of a tiny superstar. Posters promoting events began circulating on Instagram and Facebook, each listing her as a special guest. The frequency of these promotions made it clear that her presence had become a draw. Still, this part lingered in a gray area. Miss Shirley appeared at events alongside a handful of artists, sometimes positioned as lighthearted entertainment between segments. To some, it felt celebratory. To others, it raised quite a few questions about how much was too much, and where the line between fun appearances and formal performance truly sat. I mean, she's still below the age of 5 even. At times, these appearances made people pause and look a little closer. In some clips, Miss Shirley is surrounded by adult dancers, placed at the center of a stage or arena while she still does her own routine. Many viewers call it cute, praising her confidence and energy. Others, however, question the setting. They ask why a little girl is positioned among grown women dancing in outfits meant for adults. The reaction split once again. Has the criticism stopped? Not at all. Creators on YouTube and TikTok continue to make videos discussing the situation, many trying to dig deeper into what's really going on. Each new discussion brings fresh attention. More people discover Miss Shirley's account through these critiques. Some are arriving to voice concern. Others are simply curious to see what the conversation is about. In a cycle the internet knows well, even criticism becomes exposure. Attention is attention. Thus, Miss Shirley is in the spotlight long after the initial viral moment has passed. The CPS controversy did appear to weigh on Latisha, if only briefly. The scrutiny was intense, and the backlash, especially around LaR'iyah's performing in adult environments, was hard to ignore. Still, content continued to be posted. Supportive comments were highlighted, fans urging her to keep on stepping and praising Miss Shirley's confidence. At times, Latisha addressed the haters directly, saying she would continue encouraging her daughter to achieve greatness. In her eyes, this wasn't pressure, it was belief. As she often repeated, LaR'iyah is special, different, and deserving of space to shine. What lies ahead for Miss Shirley? Latisha has shared her hopes openly. She said that the money earned from engagement and fame will be set aside for LaR'iyah's education, especially college. Beyond that, she envisions more possibilities. Dancing may just be the beginning. One day, Miss Shirley could branch into modeling, or even singing, exploring different creative paths as she grows. For Latisha, the future isn't about one viral moment. It's about building options and giving her daughter opportunities she believes will last far beyond the internet. Honestly, if that's what LaR'iyah wants to do, and it's the best for her, I think it's fair to hope for the best. I'll give credit when credit is due. Seeing LaR'iyah surrounded by more children her own age, it definitely feels like a very positive step. Creating spaces where she can dance, laugh, and interact with kids instead of constantly performing alongside adults makes a difference. It allows her to just be a child, not always the persona of Miss Shirley. Perhaps that's what many people hope to see more of going forward. Those moments that feel age-appropriate, unforced, and genuine, where LaR'iyah isn't a brand or character, but simply a kid enjoying her world. She can nurture her talent in a safe space. What can I say? She's indeed talented and confident. With the right timing and path, I'm pretty sure she can do wonders. For now, though, we can only hope for the best for her and her safety. The story of Miss Shirley's rise nudges something deeper in us as a society. It forces an uncomfortable question. When is it right to give a child a platform? Child influencers are no longer rare, but recent controversies surrounding family channels have made people cautious more than ever. With so much happening behind the scenes online and the undeniable risk of exploitation, it's understandable why concern follows cases like this. Viewers begin to question intent, not just content. Is the child on our screen genuinely having fun, or are they being guided, encouraged, or even forced to perform? That question lingers. It resurfaces again and again, sitting quietly beneath the entertainment, reminding us that innocence and intention are not always as clear as they appear. In the case of Miss Shirley, those questions are never leaving their page, no matter how many people are defending Latisha's action. Perhaps my wording is harsh, but it's almost as if she turned her child into a brand by calling her Miss Shirley, and we can't really blame the part of the audience that thinks so. Stories like Miss Shirley don't exist in isolation. They arrive carrying the weight of everything we've already seen. Family channels that went too far, children who grew up online before they understood what privacy meant, damage that only became visible years later. But caution doesn't have to turn into cruelty. Questioning a parent's choices is not the same as condemning them. Concern doesn't automatically justify panic, and calling the authorities based on fragments of online content can cause real harm. There's a difference between accountability and escalation, and the internet often forgets that online. Though we should remember something. This isn't about canceling parents or blaming kids. It's about accountability. If we are the audience, we are a part of the equation. As a parent, you should be aware of the risks and the best for your child. As an audience, expressing concern doesn't always mean immediately calling authorities without any proof. The imbalance of one of these can actually hurt the child more. I'll also take the time to go here to remind you all not to go after the people mentioned here and attack them in any way whatsoever. Let's keep the discussion under control. So maybe the real question isn't just about Latisha or Miss Shirley. Maybe it's about us. What do we reward with attention? How quickly do we turn discomfort into outrage? And in a world where children can become influencers before they can read, are we prepared to protect them? Or are we only reacting after the damage is done?